Hi everybody. At the start of stage 6 there was lots of action with eventually two riders going on a 200k plus adventure. Along the way it started raining, making the road super slippery, resulting in a massive pileup and the race being neutralized. It was decided that only the stage would be up for grabs, with no sprint points being attributed and no time differences taken at the finish. As a result, Pedersen decided not to contest the sprint. Eventually, in the sprint, Koy got boxed in, and it was Groves who came out on top to take his first stage win of this Giro. As a result of the crash, Hindley, Holman, and Smith had to abandon the race, and I expect many more not to start or finish stage 7. Fine and Czerny were also reported to abandon the race, yet they feature in the stage result. Others reported to be involved in the crash were Pedersen, Adam Yates, Thijssen, Anthony Perez, Derek G, Daniel Martinez, Jan Tratnik, Magnier, Lastra, Fortunato, James Shaw, Carapaz, Engelhard, Govekar, Vogelsang, Scaroni, Zana, and Lucas Hamilton. Aside from the dropouts, the GC going into stage 7 remains unchanged. Pedersen stays solidly in the lead of the points competition, and Fortunato holds onto the climber's jersey. Let's hope today's crash doesn't impact him too much, and let's hope we see him in the breakaway tomorrow. Stage 7 runs through the Apennines and is the first 4-star stage of this year's Giro. It's also the first mountaintop finish. The stage runs over 170k with nearly 3,500 meters of climbing, with a perfect layout for riders to get into the break. It starts climbing straight out of the gate, 7k at 6% average, and has little to no flat roads. Should the break not form here, the Monte Urano will be a perfect jumping board, 4.5k at 9.3% average, followed by a descent and another 22k of climbing at mellow gradients to build the buffer to the peloton. The finish then is well suited for a GC battle, a first category climb running over 12.6k, with the final 3k going up at 9% average. Here's the betting odds at the time of recording, with Roglic as the outright favourite. And agreed, this finish suits him, yet just having lost his main domestique in the crash, I don't expect them to chase the breakaway tomorrow. UAE may try to put Roglic under pressure, yet I don't judge that wise, since there's a real chance they'll be taking Roglic to a finish that suits him better than anybody else. So it's in my opinion way more likely for this one to go to the break. Lots of riders I expected for this break were involved in today's crash, and that is never good, even when they seemingly got away unharmed, so it's going to be a difficult call. That being said, here's the riders to watch in my book. Starting with Pidcock at Q36.5, who may still have pink dreams, so I'm expecting him to fight for the break. Normally, I would also call Hamilton here, yet he was involved in today's crash, so I'm calling Aresman instead, even though at 2 minutes he may be too close on GC to be given much freedom. Then I'm not sure what UAE plans here, yet I'd expect them to regroup around Ayuso. Bilbao has been dropping time deliberately in the previous stages to be given freedom in the breakaway, so I'm expecting him here. The same goes for Steinhauser. This stage is not unlike the one he won on last year's Giro, and I expect him to start gathering mountain points as from this day. Roglic himself at Bora, as mentioned before, it's not a scenario I expect, yet if the GC men come to the front here, this finish suits Roglic as no other. Quintana already sits at over 5 minutes on GC, so how cool would it be to see him in the breakaway? Unlikely, yet I'd love to see it. Frigo at Israel Premier Tech and Astana, Scaroni and Fortunato are all riders to watch here. Yet both these Astana riders are reported to have hit the deck today, which leaves us with Wout Poels, who's in great form and fresh of a Tour of Turkey win. With Zana hitting the deck, I'm going with Koen Bouwman and Jaiko Alula. Vacek is being mentioned by many, and I agree he's portraying amazing shape, yet in this stage I expect him to always be in the company of a better climber than him. For that reason, if I were Trek, I'd put my money on Ciccone, whom depending on the composition of the breakaway also still has a real shot at pink here, and he may be given some freedom. I like both Bardet and Poel at Picnic Postenel and Storer at Tudor for this stage, yet then again I wish they would have dropped some time by now, because given they're all sitting within a minute, UAE nor Bora are going to grant them too much freedom. Manches is also a rider who should try to get into the break here. He's at 2 minutes in GC, yet he won't be seen as a real threat. And finally, also expect Van Rame in the break here, even though he likes his gradients less steep than the ones in this finale. Roglic, Pidcock and Pouls are my 4-star favorites for this stage. Ayuso, Ciccone and Bilbao get 3 stars, Pool, Steinhauser and Frigo get 2 stars, and Storer gets 1 star. As for the podium, I'm calling Wout Poels for the win, ahead of Steinhauser and Frigo. Enjoy the stage and see you tomorrow for my Stage 8 preview.